3, 2, oh wait, did I preload? I think I did. Whatever, I don't really care too much. 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, so this will be a Solo Therion speedrun with a Non-Cait, and I'm just trying out a different route that I made up. Basically, for the longest time, I think that the most common default thing that solo casual players would do for Darius and for Solo Therion is get the Inferno amulet, and this was an idea I actually did initially route for in my first Solo Therion speedrun, but then I switched over to Fire Amulet just because I don't like 3% steals, but I have been wanting to make at least a more friendly solo version route that uses it, since it makes Darius so much easier and such. And I don't know how optimal it is. It's definitely, you know, slower than Cait route, and I think it's slower than Empowering Necklace route, but I'm not actually sure. My estimates put it at like 20 minutes, 25 minutes slower-ish, but it is non-Cait, so there's like more variability in like random encounters and such. And even though it is slower than non-Cait, it is nice because not everyone has access to like Cait mod, like for example Xbox users and such. And something else too is I know that some people have trouble getting like the AI loop glitch that's used in the other route. 1 second. I never practice this stuff. I think it's so slow. And the idea I had here was to get the enlightening earring from that other merchant, but it's not worth it, I think. But anyways, basically the Inferno amulet makes like Darius kind of free, and like easier at least, and it makes doing the AI loop glitch like easier too. So I think that that's kind of nice if people are trying to learn it and such. So this will kind of be like a more easy solo, I guess, route for Therion. It'll be a lot slower, but if you're just doing like the Lone Traveler achievement or the Fleetfoot alongside it, then it's fine to follow and such. It should be easier than normal route. And there have been people who, oh, that's kind of nice, I guess. And there have been people who posted on like my YouTube and such and mentioned that the following my other videos have been kind of difficult, like getting the glitch to work and such. And even speedrunners, I think Gen or Jean or I'm not, sorry, I forget how to pronounce their name, but they said that they couldn't quite get it to work. So I think that could be nice to have some alternative, like, or easier route, I guess. We'll see, I guess. That's annoying. I think I'll just defeat this to heal and to get a free heal off, so I don't have to grape. And it's not terrible having a little extra JP. It's not needed or anything, but whatever. Usually I would just flee, but since it caught me by surprise, it hit me twice. I don't want this battle to be scary, so... It's definitely slower though, of course, but whatever. I mean, if I'm going for like this, then I'm not going for something super fast. You don't need that JP at all, by the way, or anything. Like, the route and the method I'm going to use doesn't need it or anything. Turn order is nice, I guess. Although, I guess here, I would rather actually go after Heathcote, I think. But, whatever. So the reason why you want to go after him is because I think he does his sidestep thing here. Yeah. And that's like a little slow, but then you do always move up in turn order on the next turn to go first. I hesitated there for a moment, I'm not really sure why. This will probably be the last solo Therion run I do for a while. Just because I'm kind of sick of it, like running it for that marathon practice, and then routing it took a little bit of time. Took me like a day yesterday, so a couple hours. And because of that, it's not like hyper efficient, but yeah. So we do use that Palm S for chapter 2, and then we use the Nourish S for a little bit of extra security and such. Here you can just head straight up into that walk checkpoint. You don't have to go diagonal yet or anything. And we will go to Derelict now, just like the usual route, but then this is Non-Cait, so it'll be a little different. Oh, I got really far. I'm gonna walk the rest of this, try and skip the next. Oh, nice. It'd be a pretty good start if I was going for a normal run, or you know, at least like getting that first try flee and probably this encounter skip. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, this map you can get an encounter, although I think it's unlikely. I will walk like a little bit and then run the rest. Okay. This map too, probably walk a little bit. I know you can like run all of it, but I don't like the risk, you know? I could probably run just a little bit more, but yeah, whatever. Fast wipe is kind of nice, I guess. Okay, so we walk part way to it, and then we run. You're very likely, yeah, to get an encounter. I was like right away. Oh my god. I wonder if this doesn't defeat him, right? Yeah, no. Okay, so it's the bones and the fire elemental. If you get that, then you can yeah, that was slow of me to try it, but it's just, I think it's only the fire elemental and the bones. I think. If you get that encounter, you can toss the wind L and it's fine. Oh wait, I'm supposed to walk this. I'm not supposed to run that because it's like dangerous. Please let me get back to the save point. Damn it. I don't think it's this. I'll try this too, I guess. Yeah, no, it's not this one. It's a fire one. Yeah, so you should walk this. It's dangerous to run it because you can get encounter chance like that, and it's slow. So just an FYI, walk this. And it's still not completely safe if you walk the entire thing, but it's more likely that you get it. I did time out like tagging Quarry Crest, but I think it's not faster if you it's not faster if you just can get a first try walk there, I think, or something like that. It's this encounter, I think. You can defeat this encounter. I'll show you. See, and this gives you enough JP for whatchamacallit? I'm actually gonna reset though, just because I want to show the normal route in this run. But that encounter specifically gives you enough JP for evasive maneuvers, so that then you could just go to Scholar and try to just walk it or flee it. But I want to show the normal encounter, so that's why. We save here, of course, because you're I think always gonna get an encounter trying to get there. That or like super unlikely to leave. Okay, and then when leaving the map, I would recommend walking just a bit. Yeah, this is not a surprise. Caught by surprise, but not so surprising. But yeah, that's like considered, I think, the meme encounter for Derelict Mine. And it does give you enough JP, but it's like not recommended. You don't get as much levels as like a Cait, for example. Oh my god! I usually get that, holy moly. That sucks. I'm like bleeding so much time. Oh, I don't really care. I'm not gonna reset. I'm gonna walk more of this. Okay, so we leave here because we want to go to Wellspring actually. And that's I guess that just shows you how dangerous it can be. So we want to go to Wellspring and we want to defeat the Wellspring encounter. And this is the method that Doid came up with to get EM early. And I did do it once in another run that is on my channel, on my YouTube if you want to see it. It's like the Therion solo run in like 1 hour 39 minutes or something. I thought I got it. Damn. I must have been like a step away or some crap. Every break costs like 4 seconds or so, but whatever. But yeah, if you want to see the way in another video, it's also in there. And this start actually works for Alphen too, for getting EM. So you could pick up that Wind L and go for this Wellspring encounter, which is static. Because that Fire Elemental encounter, you can actually... Oh, I think Dagger breaks this. Oh, I'm just gonna keep fleeing now since I tried the first one. You can actually get the Fire Elemental, but you know, since it's RNG to get it, I think it's better to go for this Wellspring one, which is consistent and the same one every time. I think this is Dagger. Yeah. I know better runners like probably memorize the shields on these things and such, but I've never like memorized all of them or anything. It's just if I've seen a runner do it in passing, I might copy it. But I'm gonna try Dagger on this guy. Nope, it isn't Dagger. Okay, is it Sword? It might be Sword. It is Sword. Okay. I find it interesting that it's Sword because Alphen and I guess they're probably thinking, oh, Therion might come this way, so actually that makes sense, you know. Should have walked. Sucks. You do tag Sunshade here because we will get Apothecary for HP. So in order to make, so this route we'll use Inferno Amulet over the Empowering Necklace. But the thing is that you don't have enough HP with just, you know, Inferno by itself because you're obviously 1,000 short. Although 1,000 is actually a little too much. I think it's like 800 or something that you need HP wise. So we get Hale and Hardy and then we get 2 Nourish Nuts. Although the 2 Nourish Nuts are technically not mandatory. If you get, whatchamacallit? I didn't know I could walk that without. If you get the 2 Nourish Nuts, those aren't technically mandatory if you have a shield and such and like a helmet. So it's a little flexible, but the more HP you have, like the safer things are in general. So initially we'll be using an alright. So this map you want to walk it, and this is the dangerous map that we want to use the Wind L for. So you walk it because if you run, there's a decent chance of like double encounter, and even walking there's a chance too. So. But you're more likely to survive now. Alright, now I could probably run actually. I got really far. You're very likely to wipe here. Yep, like this. It might take me a few tries. This is why I wasn't like super keen on just resetting, just because it's gonna be super high RNG. But yeah. Yep. What was I saying? So yeah, so as far as HP goes, you can use the 2 Nurse Nuts and then the Hale and Hardy. An alternative I was considering was to go all the way to Grandport for the Nourish M there too. And in theory, you could even, like, for example, go to like I'm not supposed to do that. I wasn't thinking. I'm supposed to chuck the Wind L here. So in theory, you could even go to Grandport and like steal the Nourish M, which is what I did in my very first Solo Therion run, but it's a little far, and I think that it's better to get Hale and Hardy because you get some grinding EXP and JP and such, and the steal for that isn't great at lower levels, and you want the HP sooner from Hale and Hardy and such. So this Wind L defeats this encounter, and you need a Wind L specifically. Like other L stones won't defeat it because one of the enemies is a little too strong. Okay, so here you want to go to the save point for sure and save because you can get a second encounter. I'm gonna walk this just to, you know, be extra safe. I can still get it though, I think, because I got that a little early. But alright, this is nice. Now we want to run to Wellspring, but there's a decent chance we'll get caught by surprise and just wipe too by this thing again. And yeah, there's a couple of solo routes that actually take this encounter. Experience-wise, is actually not the greatest. It's less than, for example, Reptilios at Northreach, but it does give, I believe, more JP, very slightly. And it's just kind of nice to get along the way if you have to pass through Wellspring. And quite a few routes do have to pass through. So here we go down for the Fire L, and this is used to defeat the encounter at Scholar Shrine. Quite a few routes, if they can pick up Win L's, the solo routes that is, they will take that encounter. Alright, getting that encounter is a little unfortunate. This is why I'm walking, because this map is unsafe too. But it's fine. You'll get it sooner or later. So that's why like this route, like the beginning, is pretty RNG heavy. But it's fine. I think it is still, like, you know, easier than, for example, whatchamacallit, Cait with the empowering necklace and such. This is unlucky. I haven't been getting this in my practices and such. So am I like messing something up? I don't think so. Once we get EM, like, things are like a little bit better. You can optionally save here, I guess, just to spawn a little closer and not have to go through the map transition. I don't usually, I've never done that, so. I also find it kind of funny that it's like right there at the entrance, but yeah. Yeah, and of course I get it this time. Okay, well, whatever. We'll go to Boulder Fall here, and we will make our way to Scholar Shrine now. I've never needed to do like that many attempts for that Fire L. It's usually like pretty consistent, so whatever. I know that breaking is considered slow because, you know, you could just flee, and if you fail too many flees, you could just reset. But for something like this, which is more of a demonstration, I would rather just get through with it all. I think sword breaks this too. Nope, never mind. I'm a liar. What was I gonna say? Oh, so I guess, you know, the walk is the same, and if you do get a Cait along the way, you can just opt to throw the Fire L on that and defeat it, and then just try to flee the Scholar Shrine encounter. You know, it's you'd be a little bit tankier and such, so it's fine. If you ever end up needing to use a grape early in this, you can use the Nourish S early. In my notes I say to use it in a menu later, but it's fine to use it early if you need to. Although you'll be at full health after defeating that Wellspring encounter, and I think sword breaks this one. Yep. Okay. So it's axe on the other one then, I think. I don't know. You'll be at full health after defeating that Wellspring encounter, and then you can like usually tank everything here because you're slightly higher level, a little bit bulkier and such as well. But yeah. One thing that's nice about these like weaker areas is, like, you know, getting caught by surprise is not that big a deal. For some characters, like, you can actually be pretty squishy on some maps. Like, for example, Prim, if she's walking through Atlas Dam, if she's attacked by ants too many times, it can get a little sketchy for her. So Therion's actually a little bit bulkier because he has, like, you know, slightly better gear, and he'll have higher levels here too, of course, when you're doing this. So yeah. And like all runs, it kind of picks up after you get Scholar. You know, things just speed up like exponentially. So we're not doing Cait mod today, of course. So this is normal Atlas Dam, and you should get just one more encounter and then go to Scholar Shrine. And you want to force the battle at Scholar Shrine, so just walk all the way. I mean, run all the way. Wow, 20 minutes is so slow for Scholar. Holy moly. Whatever, I don't really care. We run because we want to force the encounter. We need a little bit more JP. It's this one. Getting caught by surprise kind of sucks. And I'm last. So something I'm going to do here is I'm going to heal up. And before I heal, I'm going to use the Nourish S that I picked up earlier. Just to be a little tankier for this encounter in case, you know, I get caught by surprise, I can tank it. I don't know how best to do that. I think I have to scroll down because maybe it's better the other way. I don't know. It's kind of awkward using that, I guess. Because it's like in the middle of the thing. You can't like tap down or tap right or anything. So yeah, just chuck the fire L. This is enough for evasive maneuvers. Even if you're caught by surprise and you chuck the L, it's enough. Like you don't need a domination JP bonus or whatever. I think it's domination. I think untouched is money and broken is experience, and then one turn is domination. Just a little bit better. And of course it's one turn, you know. Can't get better than that. There's no 0 turn. We learned Blizzard and Lightning Blast here. If you recall the other route, we used Firestorm and Lightning Blast, but here we use Blizzard. Actually, I guess there is a 0 turn. If like a Cait catches you by surprise and then runs, you don't get a turn. But then that's not really a win, so... Anyways, I digress. Do chapter 2, start it. And leave. If we were like level 15 or something, which is like, you know, Cait plus Reptilios, then it would be okay to, you know, kind of start that and do a little bit. But even normal Cait route is only level 14 coming here, so you would need to like defeat 2 Caits and then you could do like early Noble Court. Although I don't actually know if it's better because you do need to get some like stones and such, so. But I never routed like double Cait because I don't know, it's crazy to rely on that kind of stuff. Although I did actually have 2 solo runs that have more than 1 Cait, but because of that I actually ran them again just to show off with either no Cait or only 1 Cait. So I have 9 Caits for all of the. Oh, that was bad. Phew. Wellspring. This is something else that's a little different. Previously we would be going to Boulderfall, but because we have Wellspring tagged, this actually does save a little bit of time compared to a normal route. But I mean, you had to make the trek here, which is huge time loss, but I digress. We go straight to Merchant to get Merchant and also nuke the encounter with the Elstone we just got. Just because we want a lot of extra levels and such. We're like level 6 or something right now, I think, and we want to get like level 14 or 15 when we return to Noble Court for our steals. I think 15. I routed it so that like if you take the encounters I listed, you should be definitely level 16 and then likely more, or you know, at least 16. We still don't tag Stoneguard in this because I don't think it's worth it. Like there's nothing like worthwhile there. There are some stones and such as of course, but like there's not much to do there aside from getting the stones. In this next map we don't need to save and quit or anything. We just are gonna just run through it. Yeah, I just feel like Stoneguard even though it's a nice location, there's a chance of encounter leaving it to, like, you know, this area, and then Wellspring is fine, I think. I don't think it's like worth. I guess if you get skip like this, you don't have to take this, but I think it's like you might as well since it's right there. I haven't actually routed with like skipping merchant since it's so rare. This is strange. 122. Okay, alright. Okay, so basically in order to make up a lot of the EXP JP, we just pick a lot of like random stones lying around and we start chucking those. So next we want to go to Wellspring and get like the 2 L stones in sequence here. This is a very slow stone to get, but I think it's better in the early levels to just toss stones at encounters than to grind encounters, I think. Although, you know, it's kind of hard to tell, really. So I get this and then I TP back to Wellspring. You can actually just head to Marshland maps if you want to just YOLO it, I guess. You can get that sometimes, but for safety, if you want to just play it safe, you can just TP back and run through. But anyways, we got that Thunder L, and we're gonna get the next Thunder L on the Marshland map. Okie dokie. Here, there's like the 20k and then the Thunder L, so you want to get both, of course. And I actually have not gotten an encounter before getting this and that, so I think it's unlikely. Or impossible. Or just extremely unlikely. Could be like lock where it's like, you know, 1% or something. Alright, you can optionally save in here. I think I will, actually. And then you want to loot the 3 items, Viper, Dagger, Buffer for the Master Spear, and then Rev Jam before you leave. Or, you know, you could switch up Rev Jam and Viper, Dagger order, it doesn't really matter. Wait, what? Going from the boss trigger to the exit is a guaranteed no encounter. But getting this has a small chance of one. So you can save on the way out if you want. I'll do that too, just because I like to play it safe. And I'm a coward. Okay, you can see I'm level 10. We want to get like level 14, 15, 16 or something. Light Elemental, I think. I think this is like one of the few maps that have light elementals. Yeah, they're rare. Which is too bad, in my opinion. Like, I think it's cool. I really like the elementals as enemies, so. Like, I know they're super dangerous and stuff, but I think they're cool. And the fact that you can steal stones. I remember when I did my first solo playthroughs, I stole a lot of stones from elementals and such. Alright, 11 grapes here, and then Night Shield. And 11 plums as well. We don't need to equip it because we are actually gonna optimize equipment soon, because we're gonna get the gear in here, of course. Okay, let's see. We will go to, I believe, Sunshade. Yep, okay, optimize. Equipment, optimize, and then go for Apothecary. I'm trying to recall if I am at max HP or not. Am I at max HP? What was my last encounter? I think it was a pirate, so I should be at max HP. I wasn't caught by anything, so okay, optimize. And this puts on Forbidden Dagger. You have to note this because fire and shadow stones will do half damage right now. But this has elemental attack. It has 155, and we're gonna Blizzard on this next map. Well, not this map, because we're gonna go to Apothecary first, but then after we leave it, we're gonna Blizzard on the encounter. And this is a little bit slow as far as like, you know, going to this area and such, but it makes things a little bit cheaper in terms of I mean, it makes the money a little bit better and such, like for money wise in the route, I think. My tests have been around like 140 or something, I think 147, but that was like before cutting, I think, Death Cleaver or something. So we'll see how things turn out. We don't actually just, you know, TP out of here. We will go to Far Shore, which is far to the south, and this is really interesting what we're going to do here. We're going to do a steal from any passing NPC. It doesn't matter who it is, although the closest one is on the bridge coming up, and it doesn't matter what we steal. We just want to fail once. Alright, I'm good. All we want is just one fail so we can get that prompt to pop up, because that prompt is kind of slow if we're failing a lot, and we're going to be failing quite a bit. So here I will force an encounter outside Far Shore. Alright, Blizzard, and then Light M. And Light M should, I believe, be on the bottom, if I routed this correctly. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's on the bottom. I'm just gonna chuck the thing on the bottom. Yep. Braking is technically slow, but it does give extra EXP, and we do actually want a little bit of like XP. We'll go into Far Shore here. This map is kind of annoying to like navigate and such, but I'll show it off soon. So up here, when you see that NPC, go to the left, and this is an Ice L. What the? Alright, that was a really bad movement. I might get an encounter now. We'll go down here. There's a hidden path and 30k. Okay, where do I go? Waterfall. Okay. So here we put on Viper Dagger. And Endless Items. Viper Dagger will give us extra speed against encounters to prevent being crit as much. And to go sooner in turn order if we're caught by surprise or something. And here we tag Victor's Hollow. But also, bandits can help us break or flee some encounters and such. And getting Endless Items now is nice because that's the soonest that we can get it. And now when we're chucking our stones, we should have 2 Thunder L's and 1 Ice L at the bottom of our inventory. We're going to be chucking every single stone we have for encounters coming up. Sam Van Dam. Sam, it's going a little messy. I wiped quite a few times going to Derelict and Wellspring because I'm doing Non-Cait, but it's been going okay. How is it going for you? How are you doing? Haven't seen you in a while. Hope things are well. So here we just tag this and we will just leave. This is because we want to come back later for actually probably better do this now actually. So we're gonna come through here, and this is the worst part of this entire run. We're gonna go here and enter the autosave and reload our thing. And now we're gonna steal the 3% Inferno amulet, which is like the entire like central conceit of this route. And this is to trivialize Darius kind of. Okay, so it's this one. It's the bottom slot. And this is why we wanted to fail that steal earlier, just randomly. This is because if we didn't, we'd get that prompt every time we reset, and it actually does stack up in time. And in average time, it's better to just do this here. Alright, now we go back. Alright, this is like the most miserable part, unfortunately. Doing alright. It has been a while since I caught you live. I did notice you've been uploading some fun content, though. Saw a Galdera run for me, which is awesome. Oh, thanks! I'm glad you watched it or enjoyed it. I did the Galdera run for fun because there were some other runners who were doing it, like Zazu and Doid and such, and it made me want to try it, and Enk as well, and made me want to try it as well. It's a little long for my taste though, but definitely a cool run and route. I think that the most annoying part is the beginning of Galdera. You have to do about like 45 minutes of exploration, and honestly, some like the beginning fights still aren't that interesting, I guess. But you know, props to the people who have like the patience and like diligence to like grind that. Like holy moly. I wish it was just a little bit shorter or like less exploration. And also the point when it goes from like Ulbrich, I think, to Darius, I think is less interesting just because you're overpowered. Like to me the high point is man, not focusing. To me the high point is I think like in the middle when you're like fighting the job bosses and such, and also Galdera. So it is long, that's fair, you know. But I did enjoy running it. It was pretty cool. Just because years ago when I like first watched Jello run it at RPG Limit Break, like on the YouTube, I was like, oh, this is so cool. These people are incredible. And like nowadays, the route's so optimized that other people like me can get like close to like 4 hours, or and then you know you get people like Quadra and such who get like sub 3 hours 30 minutes, which is insane. Since like way back it used to be like 5 hours on Switch or something. But I thought Galdera was really cool. I would like to try Glitched one day too, honestly. Just because I like the idea of like duping characters to, but there's like distant plans. There's a lot. Okay. When you get this, we just leave here. This entrance guy actually has a Nourish M, but it's like 3% or just really low right now. Yeah, for sure. So this entrance guy has a Nourish M, and we could get that. We could try to steal it now, but the percent chance is like 3% or 8% right now. And if we come back later, it's 55%. So I think that's not worth attempting it now. Also, rep restores in that town specifically are 10k each, and the tavern's actually a little bit farther away, which is why it's actually about even time wise to do a rep restore versus entering an autosave, because it's that far, like to go down and back up. Okay, so in this map over here, we toss in Thunder L on the encounter. It should be at the bottom of my inventory, but I will double check before I chuck that. And we want as many EI dupes as possible. And this is kind of the idea behind the route, where like we just take a lot of encounters along the way, similar to like normal Solo Therion, but that one has like higher levels. So okay, yeah, this is the one that we definitely need Thunder for, because the right one I believe doesn't fall to. Oh, this is kind of monka. All right. The right one, I believe. Yeah, he has more HP than a 2700 stone. Okay, leveling up is nice, and now we go tag Northreach and defeat the lizards along the way, but then we come back and defeat the lizards again. And Reptalios lizards are really nice for experience. It gives more than like, you know, most other encounters and such, because we can actually like break them and such. The best one, if possible, to take is the one outside Everhold, which is like 4 birds. Also, if you pass this top left torch, I would recommend going for the Shadow M in the top left. And chuck any stone, it doesn't matter. Hope for EI procs, but we'll see. Unfortunate, unlucky. But in the top left here we have a Shadow M, and it does help for grinding and such, so we will get that. And it's pretty dangerous to get actually, so that's why I try to like use like the top left torch as a guideline, where if I can get past that torch I will go for it, and if not I will not go for it. I think it's still a little risky honestly, but you're very favored to get that. And a wipe here sets you back really far, because then you have to fight the lizards again. So also of note, you have enough HP to tank 1 hit from the lizards, and they like to do lower critical a lot, so you're likely to survive. If you see a Kate, either do Hired Help X1 or X3, Hired Help Vets X1 or X3, whatever you have the BP for. But don't do X2, that's a trap. Alright, this is unfortunate. Okay, did I put on Viper Dagger? I think I did. I think I just was unlucky for being at the bottom of the turn order. These guys also have other attacks like Web Storm, which lowers speed I believe, and a Poison Strike. You did? Okay, thank you. These guys also have Web Storm, which lowers speed, and like a Poison Strike attack as well. I believe the Poison does like more damage, like or so, or like, you know, the Poison at least is going to be pretty bad, but because you have to have 2 turns to defeat these guys. But Web Storm is also fine to get. It sucks to move back in turn order, but so yeah, you tank 1, and hopefully they lower critical enough times, or you know, just get ganked. Let's see. One nice thing though, I guess, about this is that once we have defeated it, we should be level 16 at least, and then we can do some steals in Noble Court. To get extra stones and such, you know, to back us up if we didn't get any EI procs. Alright, I guess be careful with that, you know, if you have Shadow M at the bottom of your inventory. Also, I did get an EI proc, which is really nice. The more of those you get, the nicer it is, of course. We don't need any stones for the bosses, but having them will speed up our grind for like Hale and Hardy and Hang Tough and such. So that's nice. And we'll go to Noble Court now to do one steal, just one. It's technically inoptimal to go straight for the ring, but I like to go for it in case I fail and I need to rep restore, in which case I'd have to go to the tavern. So we want to come here and steal this ring, which is 55%. And it's better to do it on the way later, but if you fail... Okay, well, I didn't, so it's fine. And now just do the story stuff. Something else too I like to do is I like to steal M stones in the tavern. I'm trying to think. I stole one. I think I'll steal at least the Shadow M. Do I want the Light M? If you want, you could steal Light M, Shadow M, Thunder M. I would recommend at least Shadow is nice, though. I think I'll steal Light M as well, actually, just cause. Alright. And go back here. Oh, actually, I should have just teleported. Oh well. Should be fine. Now we go to Everhold Tunnels. Technically, you know, you could do part of the steals now and such, but I would prefer to just come back later at a slightly higher level. They're like 55% still, which is, you know, not bad. But when you do multiple of those consecutively, it can get a little annoying. And it'd be faster if you get them this try in terms of warps and stuff. But it's not too big a deal to just do them later. And the fact that you're not like going for a super fast time or anything, it doesn't really matter. So on this map, there's a chance of encounter, and if you get the Shaggy Aurochs, which is like the Stone Guard Bull, he doesn't die to a normal L stone, but you can just do some dagger hits, or even just chuck an M stone, even if you want. He also falls to Spear, but you might also just skip the encounter, or you get this, which you just chuck an L stone at. Only the Aurochs can survive an L, unless it's a Fire L, but we don't have any more Fire Ls in this route. Alright, get the Light L here, and then we go for tunnels. I don't usually save for this. You can, but you shouldn't need to or anything, I think. You're relatively unlikely to get this encounter. Okay, in here, you can opt to get the Death Cleaver if you want by boss resetting multiple times, but in my tests, I've had a lot of excess money, so I'm actually just going to get Knowledge Staff and 35k. Because it saves 21 seconds if I timed it correctly. Then we'll go grind in Tomb of Kings. And if you're going to get only Knowledge Staff and 35k, you want to go for Knowledge Staff first. And move efficiently, because there's a chance of encounter if you're too, reckless. Wellspring. Knowledge Staff and Atom Hat, Ring, and Inferno. Note that you do have to put on Conscious Stone for Darius. Just ridiculous. Yeah, I really agree, Sam. Like the fact that they're so powerful and you can get them to like wipe encounter like with ease is just ridiculous. And like that Death Cleaver is so powerful. It's, you know, it's comparable to even Memorial Axe, which is the strongest axe in the entire game. Just because like it's close, but then it also gives a lot of crit, which is like really good for like late game. So get a lot of value out of that dungeon. It's probably like the best dungeon for like loot in my opinion. How are you not having encounters? Chopfia, I'm using a scholar support skill called evasive maneuver. Or I recommend saving here if you like are afraid of wiping. You can actually wipe here, but it's rare. Chopfia, there's a scholar support. Also take off evasive maneuvers. There's a scholar support skill called evasive maneuvers that reduces encounter rates by like half. So I go further distances without an encounter. And also welcome and hello. The bulk of the Atom Hat here is really nice for these encounters because it means that we can survive a little more easily. Alright, if it's light, I'm going to defend to X4, and if it's... Okay. X4 should defeat these guys if I did this properly. Otherwise you would do like Lightning Blast, and then another Lightning Blast, boosted. Yep, okay. I was like, oh, so Golden Axe just a meme. Yeah, like actually though. I went through all of my Alpha and Solo casually the first time, and I didn't know about that axe, and then eventually I like was looking up weapons and stuff. I was like, wait, there's a weapon in there? I like looted the entire place, and I came back and I was like, oh wow. And it's so powerful. I wish I'd gotten it sooner. And now most of my solos get it. Like when I played this casually, most of my solos afterwards got it. That is. Let's see. Usually it's actually better to just chuck an L stone on these, but I like if I get caught by surprise, I have an extra BP, so I like to just chuck. Okay. Otherwise, you could also chuck the Shadow M. It breaks them quite nicely. Okay, if I'm not caught by surprise this time, I can... Oh, no, this is... If it's wind, just Lightning Blast. It's 25%, Sam, for Endless Items to proc. And get you a freebie. We want 2048 JP in here, by the way. So we want to grind for quite a long time. Let's see, what is this? No. Not bad. Yeah, like when you start tossing enough of them, it really adds up. I believe just boosted Lightning Blast doesn't defeat those guys, so just a little bit of boost is good. I think I needed... No, I was just on it. As long as you have 44, it should be fine. This looks like... I like this because it removes sentinels as far as like taking actions against you. And then you can Lightning Blast or so. Although they're more likely to do that magic attack on lower HP. But I think it's still better to just break. And that's why we get the 2048, so like, you know, 900 more. The chests I've gotten are pretty much all the chests we need, but you can opt to get more, like the random chest lying around if you want. Alright, I'm probably gonna start chucking stones because I still haven't used them. You should be using stones more readily than I have. Like, not super used to not chucking them. So that purple chest, if you want it, the path is... I'll show the path. It's behind the staircase, basically. Alright, I don't recommend chucking stones for this, though. This is a waste of stones. Alright, if I don't level up, I have to plumb. Never mind. Alternatively, if you forgot to plumb, just chuck, you know, stones. So if you go up here, it's a hidden path, and you can actually grab that. That's... Actually, I probably should just Lightning Blast it twice. Whatever, that's fine. I get more XP at least if I break like that. And I preserve SP, I guess, which is not bad. This is a hasty helm. You could get this if you want. You don't need it though. It's only like 1,500 or something. You could actually even put it on for Darius if you wanted to, make you a little faster, but it's optional. Let's see. Wait. So if it's Remnant, you want to do Lightning Blast into Lightning Blast X3. If it's Guardians and Sentinels, you want to do Lightning Blast X2 into X1, I believe. This should defeat them. And I have the Plum again. Never mind, I don't have the Plum. These guys also fall to just a single. And just grind around here. I still have excess stones, but I haven't found a good use of them yet. Guess because encounter luck is not bad. One more encounter should do it, honestly. Yeah, honestly in this route I get a lot more HP and other stuff that I don't need either, like Grape Wise too. And like it's really smartly done, like to not need any plums at all. Okay, 2078 is more than 2048, so I'm good. Technically we could menu more here, but we want to take one more encounter later, so we don't want to bother. And then we will leave here. We'll go to Shrine of the Runeblade, getting the silver pouch, and you can optionally save on the way, but I will do that. Because there's a minor chance of encounter, and I find it annoying if you get it. So in Galdera, I think that I was like watching, I think Zero or Quadra like route or something, and they had mentioned like it saves time to not need to plumb, and then you know saves money too and such, doing it efficiently. So I thought that was really cool that that was actually routed out, because I think in the way in the past they would get like 21 plums or something for Sorcerer, you know, Galdera. Which makes sense, because like back then, you know, we didn't know as much. I save and quit here for the Rev Jam. It makes sense, I think, since it saves a lot of like menu time over the course of an entire run. Okay, we will get the 50k and the Rev Gem. Minor chance of encounter with the save and quit even still, so careful. And do all of the story steals here. So it starts here, cutscene wise. The boy near us has an empowering bracelet, which is better, but it's still like 8% if I recall correctly from my tests, so we never get it in this route. Alright, it says to steal Wyvern Scale, so after you steal the Wyvern Scale, it's better to try and warp somewhere, so I actually warped to Victor's Hollow to do the steal now. It's like a 55% steal, I believe. So, sorry, one second, I'm gonna re-chat, but... that was a messy warp. So this front guy, he should have a thing. Hopefully no more. if you fail, you can actually rep restore. It costs 10k, but it's fine to do it once. And if you failed like more than once, then like reload the autosave. And here we will come here and do this guy's thing. Let's see, I have 135 hours in there, and I'm at the last boss where you fight all of them with no save in between. Yeah, that one's always a mess, like the first time you go through with it, because like it's kind of stressful if you like mess up or anything, and you're going in blind too. So good luck with that. I mean, let's see, it's been tough so far. Like yeah, it's definitely a super boss and super hard. So. I wonder how. Sorry, let me read that in a sec. Sorry, I'm not good at. I don't stream often, so I'm not good at like reading while running. So let's see. I wonder how much slower it would be if you tried building around a physical damage dealer instead of a sorcerer. Oh, actually, Doid, if you know them, they're like a well-known glitch hunter in the Octopath community. Also, we will force one final encounter here with Scholar. Doid came up with like a Mimi War Master build that I believe they said uses like Nightmare Chimera and stuff, and Therion and such. I don't know if they've like showcased it, but I think a big issue is you would need battle tested blade, which is kind of slow. Like you have to complete Olberg 4 semi early. So okay, here we just lightning blast into like whatever. Maybe Blizzard would be better. I forget the weaknesses. Died at least twice, maybe more. Yeah. I don't actually remember my first playthrough, but super hard boss for sure. Like the battle tested blade is I think a big issue. Okay, so let me check this thing. What does it say? Job to thief. Okay, job to apothecary. Okay, I can't get that yet. Girls on trees is not needed or anything. Let's see. Where's my Norse? You shouldn't need to save, but I'm gonna do it for this since I haven't really tested this. Let's see. Did I forget anything? I don't think so. So, if anyone's watched my previous, like the marathon run I did recently or anything, it's the same strat kind of. We just use a Palm S at one point to get some. Actually, I'll do Steel SB first. We use Palm S to get like full BP before the final break and defeat him. And if we can get a poison tick of damage, we can just defend instead of Palm S, but it's unlikely. And with Atom Hat, we're very, very bulky, and also the Knight Shield too that we bought. Alright, here we just Palm S. I went the wrong way with that. Okay, we boost Palm S to break, and then Veterans to defeat him. You don't want to miss this, because if he comes back from Unbreak, he summons a really tanky Golem. Okay, let me see what chat said. I died at least twice. I would love some, just like Death Cleaver and Amputate / Last Stand would need surpassing power for sure though. Yeah, that's something else too, I guess, because Sorcerer kind of bypasses surpassing power initially, since it has triple hits, so getting that, like, JP kind of sucks. Okay, so this is an optional thing you can do, but just to kind of show it, you can actually come up here and steal the Palm L from Alphys. And then go to Wellspring to do Chapter 3. And it's 100% in Therion's Town, so... Okay, let's see. I have a... I'd hit weaknesses twice per turn without using BP. There's nice. Yeah, Sorcerer, in general, being able to hit like the weaknesses multiple times and AoE as well, like all together, it just works really well. Wait, really? What was the percentage on that? 80, okay. Whereas, like, you know, having to get surpassing power kind of sucks, and there's no like There's no physical attacks I think that multi-hit with like a lot of damage, because I think Thousand Spears and stuff have like lower modifiers for damage or so. So that kind of sucks. There's a Palm L to the left, but we come back for that later when we go to Dancer, when we're like slightly higher level for the steel. And we'll come back to this map, of course, and try to get through it without any encounters. I have 2 M's. I guess I'll show off going to Scholar, but you can just toss 2 M stones if you have that, and I do have that, and I could do it. But I'll show off just the normal thing if you don't have any stones, I guess. Since this is more of a guide-ish kind of. And we'll come here to do the steel. Technically, even though you can, try for the steel that's in the sands there, it loads you farther away, if I recall correctly, from the forced encounter, so not as good. Okay, you want to go to Scholar here if you don't have any stones, so I'll just show that, even though I do have stones, and put on the Knowledge Staff. Lightning Blast is a range at level 22, and a range at level 21, and I think even at level 23 it's still a range. Maybe 24 isn't. I don't know if I tested that far, but if it doesn't finish, just use Fireball or Dagger if it's only one enemy. But we'll see. Lightning Blast, and you don't have to worry about healing really. These guys are really weak, so like 10 damage. I think normal route uses bandits and an M stone or something. Have you tried doing solo odd jobs with a character other than Tressa? I have not yet tried it, no, but I would actually like to, honestly. I was thinking about just doing a casual like playthrough of like soloing all of the bosses, including Devourer and like for example Leviathan on a solo character and such, but I don't know if people will be interested in a solo playthrough. So here we learn Hang Tough and go to Merchant. Very important to do that. Like, do not forget that. Alphen, I think for sure. I think Alphen might be faster than Tressa, honestly. Let's see. Okay, so the method for this is the same. We hired help Mercs X1, Vets X3, and then Rev Gem or Palm L, and then Veterans X4, X3. Alright, Slice is horrible. You don't want to see it. That's a terrible start, but it's fine. I have the Rev Jam here, I think. Okay, this is bad. Okay. Good thing is I have Inferno. So this fight is actually safer because of that. Oh, that's a nice dupe. Turn order's gonna change. Alright, yeah. I should be safe though. I have enough to hang tough anything that he throws at me. And I'm safe from unless he does steel BP. Okay. I don't remember if he can do steel BP, honestly. But also if he does any fire attack, you're super safe. Unless he hits you into hang tough first before the fire, which is kind of funny. Sam, I think that Alphen would be fastest for solo all jobs because if you concoct the 9999 with Saving Grace, you can poison stall Steora, Drysang, and Balogar, I think. But you just I think you have to be Hunter to have leg hold. So I want to do that one day. Okay, we come here to start Northreach, and we toss Vets at the first encounter here. Okay, actually, before we do that though, you want to come in here to do steals, because if you get the steal first try, then you can't come in here anymore. There's something nice about not doing Empowering Necklace is we have full rep for that. Okay, this same as before, just chuck 2 Vets. So I think that if you leg hold the enemies, you can always defend against like super powerful attacks in time. And then you can just tank everything with 9999 HP if you have Saving Grace. And I think after Tressa and Alphen, it would be Therion next, actually. And I think Therion could actually get a comparable time to Tressa. Maybe like an hour slower, or like 30 minutes or something. Oh wait, we don't need that. In the other route, we would go for that particular chest in there, but we don't need it. In this route anyway. Okay, the Ice M here is optional, but I have a lot of excess M stone, so I don't get it. Even if I didn't have excess, I don't usually want it. And now we will go to Marcelum. And this is these are optional. There's some basically optional BP items you can get. I don't usually get these, but to kind of just show where they are. Alright, same thing for Wellspring. Sweet Tooth to the left here has one, and then we want to leave and get Dancer, because Dancer is mandatory for Darius. This guy. Sweet Tooth percent 55. After that, we will go out and then down to reset encounters, and then back up to get Dancer Shrine. And let's see my notes. Something else that's kind of nice is we're very tanky now, so if we get the encounter going to Dancer Shrine, we can defeat it. And the route doesn't have any more closely accessible Wind L's to defeat this encounter, so... And you need Wind L specifically. Let me think, do I want to... I guess I'll show the backup BP items. I have like so many excess though, but I'll show it off in case like everyone's watching this as a guide. So if you really are desperate for extra BP items, you can come here. I don't recommend it. It's very slow, but you would go straight left here. Might have to go down like a smidge or something like there, but you just go straight left. Or if you want, you can reset encounters in the Atlas Dam map to the south and then come back up. But this, and hopefully you don't get an encounter there. If you do, you can like, you know, toss 2 M's or just try and flee or something. And these are more BP items if you really want to be extra secure against Darius, but this is like super overkill, like by like a dozen-fold. But you know, if you really want it, you can get this too. And the Inferno amulet also makes Palm M's efficient, so you can also opt for that too. I like to get the Palm M's here because it's like 2 of them, and it's higher steel than the Noble Court one at this point. And this for money and sell. Oh, actually, before selling, we don't need this, and we need Conscious Stone. And also, I don't recommend using Viper if you're a beginner. I recommend Forbidden Dagger if you're not used to fighting Darius. Am I missing anything? Let's see. Take that off, take that off. Dancer. Looks good. Actually, I didn't need a plum there, whatever. And just sell everything. Oh, whoops. Oh, whatever. Wow, that's a lot less than I thought it would be. Maybe getting Death Cleaver is worth it. Steal the Palm L here first. Yeah, maybe I'll route back in the Death Cleaver. Oh wait, and you could go for this steal too. I'm actually gonna. Why am I so short? Did I just get extra money in my thing? I might have, honestly. Let's see. This is like poor man's. I'll probably route in. Oh wait, I didn't sell Knowledge Staff. That's why. All right, so I didn't need anything. All right, I'm plenty good on money. I have money for days. Oh, I think it's because I did the menu because it was on me. as... Wait, was I Scholar? I don't think I was. It might have been. Whatever. So yeah, this is enough money for sure. And even if you had to spend a 10k rep restore in Victor's Hollow, you'd have enough by far, so. Yeah, I don't like that, like, you know, a lot of the solo routes I have like an extra 3%, but this is especially bad, I think, because it comes at the very end of a single story. So like, when I watch like runners who are on good pace come here and then they like, you know, wipe, I'm just like, oh man. So glad that I don't have to. Something optional that people can do here if they want is they can actually safety save. I guess I will, but it's not mandatory. And I routed this for level 23 or 24, so both levels should be fine. But also you have the autosave from wherever you like last came from, so it's just a little bit slow, but you should have plenty. For as horrible as the start of the run was, like, I think that this is not as bad as it could be. Especially since I'm like showing off like a lot of these slower things, like the backups and such. And technically, even in the worst case scenario, like, you could just have an extremely long battle against Darius if you can't fund another vets. It's highly not recommended, of course, but you'd have steal SP for SP and then just stall for like ever. And you don't even need like resources for that, so. But not recommended, of course. I'm trying to think how much time this loses over like my normal route, because I wasted like 6 minutes early on. So right now 116. So maybe it's like 13 minutes slower or something, is my guess. Alright, nice. And I have excess money for like, I do have excess money, right? Yeah, that's plenty, holy shit. Veterans for days. Yeah. Darius shouldn't take more than like 10, maybe 15 minutes or something, so. Man, that snap is always like, gets me off, because like some cameras on some maps are like a little wonky, where like they'll jump around a little bit, or like glitch around. That's one of them, and then another one is, also fun fact, there's an Ice L in this map. Which is, Ice L's are pretty rare. But anyways, like in Cyrus 2's dungeon, the camera can kind of get locked as well, and it can kind of throw you off for a sec. Okay, so here I'm gonna show off another backup Palm L, but like this is so excess, like holy crap. And one final thing we have to do is we have to put on Eye for an Eye, which we don't have the slots for yet. So we're gonna go to the save point and then take off evasive maneuvers. Make sure you're at full health and save before Darius. Technically you don't need full SP for this, but yeah. Oh, no encounter, that's good. And this is pretty free. We have Inferno, so it's like super safe. So if you go first on turn 2, you can sidestep into 3 daggers. If you don't, then you could just defend into 3 daggers and then rev jam. But here I'll just do 3 daggers and then I'll palm L. Actually, I'll just show off the rev jam one because I think I don't have a refreshing jam. Or yeah, okay, whatever, doesn't really matter. And this is pretty much free. So basically, with the Inferno amulet, we get free like turns on Darius whenever he uses fire attacks against us. And previously, fire attacks were the most dangerous part of this battle, but now it's like super safe and you know no worries or anything. If you're really worried, you can actually sidestep extra if you want, or you can start using daggers sooner. It's up to you. The most notable thing is that he does lock items at a certain point, and when he locks items, you want to break him immediately. But otherwise, for the most part, you just want to get BP up, keep sidesteps up. Okay, so for example here, I'll probably go to 9 and then start trying to chip him down a little bit. And I have so many palm Ls. And we want endless item procs basically. So ideally, when you have 2 BP and you break him, you're gonna get to 3 BP, so hopefully this doesn't miss. It can miss though, so keep that in mind. And it also heals your SP, which is nice. So you want to do 2 sets of fully boosted broken veterans. If you can find a way to get armor corrosive on, you could also do like an X3 or X2 sometimes. Armor corrosive like is a 1.5x multiplier, so so it makes like Vets X3 worth like 4.5 Vets, for example, but just some things to keep in mind. And you want to just, I'm like always eyeing my sidestep count and like trying to get closer to 9. And when it gets closer to like, you know, 2 or 3, I like try to palm up and sidestep up. You can also use palm M's, and that is actually efficient. Here, I'm just gonna sidestep because I have so many, daggers, because I have so many BP excess. I think next turn he does item lock. I think he does, no, so next turn afterwards, I guess. I'm gonna... You can kind of play this by ear however you want. I really want him to lock my items so that after he locks my items, you can break him right away. Oh, that's unfortunate. Ugh. Timing is not great, but whatever. Okay, so 2 sets of veterans brings him like to 43% or so, I believe. And then you want to bring him to like 47%. So here, 42%. You could do anything actually. Like if you have spare L stones or M stones, you can chuck that if you want, or do Steel SP or something. It doesn't really matter. I guess here I'll do like this is 3% to 6%. Okay. I'll show off this one, I guess. Oh wait, that's right. I have the Forbidden Dagger on, so that's something to keep in mind. It doesn't really matter here, but so that'll be 3%. Let's see. And just keep up side steps. And let's see, he's at 45%. So I think here he locks items, because I broke him just before he was going to do it. So he's going to continue from his previous pattern, I believe. Here, yep. After your items have been stolen, you want to break him ASAP, and with you could use fully boosted daggers, or something. No, it's weaker, but we use it because Viper Dagger has 5% chance of poison or 10% chance of poison, and I think for like someone not used to fighting with it, it's gonna mess them up. And we get our items back so we can use BP items, and 48 is good. So here you want to get a certain turn order to do the AI loop, and I guess I'll try to show that off here. But first things first, you want to get as many side steps as possible as a kind of buffer, especially when you're low like this. And you want to get his shields down a little bit, but not to like, you know, 0. You don't want to actually break him now. You want to get him low and then tab away to bow. This is okay. Let's see. It's unlikely that he procs 3 eye for an eye, so I will stay on dagger. Yeah, so for sure he won't. But now I'm gonna go to bow. Actually, depends here. Yeah, so I'll stay on dagger actually. And you want to get him to 1, 2, 3 shields. Even 4 technically works if you have enough damage on him. So this is okay. I could hold for one more turn, and next turn I think I'll tab away to bow. But you just want to make sure that you don't, you know, take him down to 0 shields. I could stay here for one more actually. Palm L. Okay, that is actually unfortunate. I will actually break here just to kind of showcase this. You could probably stall for longer, but it could be a little dangerous, so breaking here is fine. To get your items back and set up more BP and such. Yes. And now you want to chip his shields down again. And you want to stay between 50% and like 54%, but try not to go over that. So here, if his first shield is open, you can actually tap the spear, and this does a lot less damage to chip him down. And let's see, I want to bring down his shields more, basically. I want to bring him closer to like 4 or 1 or 2 or something. My SP is getting a little low, so I'm actually gonna rev jam here. But if you were still SPing earlier, you would be fine too. Let's see here. So going last in turn order does mean that it's a little better for me. You can always just stall longer usually, so it should be fine. Yeah, this wouldn't have worked anyway. You have to go in the middle on the second turn phase, and I go first right now, so this is good. This brings him to 1 shield notably, and now I'm gonna go to bow, and that's not gonna break him, or sword is fine too, but now I'm gonna palm L and stall basically. And now he won't break when I get eye for an eye procs, and I can kind of wait for the turn order I need. So the turn order you really want for Darius is you want it to go in the middle. You either want to go in the middle and then the middle, or you want to go last and then the middle. Actually, just like this. So actually, I can show it off here now. Basically, when you bring him to 55% collect or steal, he will use sweep and then his battle cry to 3 actions. But if you break immediately before his battle cry, then he will be glitched. So just to showcase 55%. Even just Vets X1 would work. Actually, I'll showcase this with Vets X2 here. So this will bring him over 55%. And now he's gonna do sweep here. I think Vets X1 actually worked there too, but whatever, doesn't really matter. I'm gonna go back to dagger. That's very important, okay? And just to show, 56%. And now I'm just gonna break him. And now he's glitched. His AI is. And you usually want to do 1 set of armor corrosive veterans, but if you want to just do one of those like unarmor corrosive ones earlier, that's fine too. it doesn't really matter. He's only going to do one sweep now from now on, so just to kind of showcase, I could just, you know, sidestep slowly, like one sidestep at a time, and this is pretty much free. See? And he's at 73%. Guess I can sidestep more. And this is free now. He does one action per turn. You gain 1 BP per turn. So in the worst case scenario, you can just keep sidestepping. Also, I have like a bajillion Palm-Ls plus like whatever EI dupes I get. So you would have excess, and I didn't even use the Palm-Ms. So like the backups I got were like very excessive, but whatever. Let's see. 4, 1, 2. Yes. Okay. I don't want to break him, so I'm actually gonna go back to bow again. Because I do need, like, you know, money to defeat him. You're out of veterans now, because I used 4 vets so far, so if you check, your money is actually gonna be out. So just to kind of showcase, only now do I have more after that collect. But you want to get armor corrosive up this time for sure. And because armor corrosive X1 isn't gonna last enough turns usually, you want to get X2. What is it gonna do? And here I have a little excess BP, so I'm just gonna boost A for extra damage. Because I don't think this is gonna be enough. Let's see. It does about 25%. So is he at? Yeah, it's not gonna be enough. Let's see, 25, 25. He has 4% left over. Yeah, okay. So I just have to do some extra chip damage here and there. You can just take this slower if you want. Also, make sure you're tracking your sidesteps well. Like, I have 1 right now, so I am actually gonna sidestep more right now. And I think if I just break him and just chuck a stone or boost Steel SP, I'll defeat him, so should be fine. This is just kind of slow, but it should be fine. Let's see, I'm gonna sidestep one more time to get extra BP, and then I'm gonna boost him, try to break him now. That can miss though, so you know, gotta be wary, but yep, there we go. You can also armor corrosive before that final one, but it doesn't really matter too much. And that is it for Solo Therion Non-Cait. Thank you, Sam, for the GG. And time is when this cutscene fills up on the mansion scene. So yeah. So let me think how much time I lost in this. So I think I lost like 6 minutes in the beginning or something, and then probably like a minute or 2 from bad play, so 7 or 8. So I think that this could probably get like 1 hour 20 minutes or something, I think. And let me think what else. And I think the money is fine. It's still actually excess, so if I could cut anything. Maybe I could cut the silver pouch. So let's see, I had 139k, 136k. If I cut the silver pouch, that's 8k. And then there's no risk of encounter, I guess. And then you'd have about 128k. So I think I'll do that. I think I'll cut the silver pouch, because I can't think of what else to cut. Like, technically Far Shore is really slow, and I could try to cut that, but I want the Ice L in there, and you want to do some random steal on the side in passing to get like that steal prompt to pop up, so you don't lose time when you're doing the Victor's Hollow steals. Okay, so yeah, if anyone has any questions, this is gonna be on YouTube, and you can post there, or you can ask me like whenever. I don't mind. But I also post the notes for this route in the comments or in the description if anyone wants to try it. But it's a pretty safe Non-Cait Solo Therion run, and if you follow this video, it I did like showcase a lot of things in it that should help, including all like the backups. So hopefully that was helpful to anyone watching or is trying the solo run and wants to try an easier version of it, or just like a non-Cait version that's, you know, at least somewhat consistent. 90 minutes is not horrendous, I think. What else do I want to say? Otherwise, yeah, that's mainly it. On that final turn for on that glitch turn for Darius, you can either have Therion go in the middle and then go in the middle, or have him go at the end and then in the middle, and then you want to bring him over 50 to 55% or higher. And alternatively, if like he locks your items and you're kind of scared, you can break him again and then slowly chip him down again as well, and that's fine. You can use bandits or you can use spear to break him as well if his shield is open for axe or spear, or even, you know, trade winds or something. You know, interestingly, he has an ice weakness, but after his like first shield locking, he never unlocks it ever again. So he's only on the ice weakness for like the very first turn or something like that. So it's never really going to be relevant. And also, I guess that's something to keep in mind about the dagger that we have. If you saw when I chucked the broken stone, it only did 2700, and that's because I had the forbidden dagger on. You can actually try it with the viper dagger. And it's a little better for damage. It has like, I think, 50 more physical attack, and then has a chance of poisoning too. But actually that chance of poison is why I did not put it in this like kind of more beginner friendly route, because if you poison Darius at the wrong moment, that could really screw up your HP management. And I think that, like, if you want, you could try it with the viper dagger, but it's a little easier to like know for a fact how much damage you're going to do with the forbidden dagger. And they both NPC for like 15k, 16k, so... Wait, did you just beat all of Therion's story? Yes, Chopia, this was a speedrun, so I was trying to beat all of his story, yeah. If you haven't checked out Octopath speedruns, I would recommend it. A lot of them have really, really interesting playthroughs and, you know, speedrun routes and things. You could really learn a lot about the game. I guess since, you know, you're still trying to beat the final boss, I would suggest maybe beating the final boss first before you watch them, but you could also just watch them first, since you probably, you know, beat the main stories of them. Impressive. Thank you. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. And such. Let me think what else. And I guess if anyone has any questions or is following this as a video guide on YouTube, you can feel free to let me know any questions or comments or anything. And if you do any runs, you know, post about it or something, or put a video online. I'd love to watch someone else try it. There was actually another runner who has been attempting the solo runs and plans to do all of them as well, so I'm like super excited to watch that. And then there was talk in the Discord about possibly adding it as an actual official category on the leaderboards website, so if that happened, that would be cool too. The speedruns of this game are great. It's just very speedrun friendly. Yes, I agree. It's really nice to watch the speedruns because you can skip all the cutscenes and not have to rewatch that, whereas like some RPGs like Final Fantasy and such, you know, as cool and as good as they are, they have really long cutscenes, especially if you like replay or rewatch the speedruns for them. And also, like, they're only like an hour or 2 hours or 4 hours, depending on if you do single story, half game, or full game. So that's like a nice digestible amount of time, and you could flex depending on how much time you want to spend. Yeah, I've beaten everything except the final boss. Okay, then you'd be in a fine spot if you wanted to watch some single story speedruns. If you just like Google Octopath speedrun, and then after that, like, put the character that you'd be interested in watching, like Tressa or Therion or Cyrus or something, you can find some cool videos of some cool routes and stuff. There's some runs that like beat the game with only 3 characters instead of all 4. And I think that's a really cool like change. Some notes about this route as well. If anyone is trying this and actually does coincidentally get a Cait, you could do this route, or you could do the other route with the Empowering Necklace. That's also fine. Either one works and is good and well. And if you get the early Cait, just go to Scholar, try Flee the encounter, and you're totally fine. One thing that's nice about this is like I routed it to have like static encounters. So like for example the pirates and then the Wellspring encounter and other ones, like they're always usually going to be always that one, unless there's a Cait in the group, which is even better. So it's totally fine. Like, you won't get any variance in terms of that usually. And it's also pretty lenient on money right now, so I'm thinking I'll cut Silver Pouch, and it should still be okay. I was at what, 136k, 128, yeah. I think 8,000 should reasonably be able to get you the final steal. Yeah, I think anyway. Alternatively, I could skip the pouch and get the Death Cleaver, but then I get even more money in the route that I just don't know what to do with. Yeah, I'd rather have like a 21-second time save. The reason why I'm like hesitant with the pouch is like there's a tiny encounter chance. It's kind of annoying. Although I guess I did also get like, you know, the Hasty Helm in this, which is like slightly more. Maybe I'll route in the Brightstone and the Hasty Helm to NPC, because those are only like 1 second each, and then route out the pouch. Yeah, I think that works, because if we think about it, like, you're gonna be grinding in Tomb of Kings for like 5 extra minutes by the entrance, so you might as well just walk to the Brightstone and the Hasty Helm in there, grab those, and NPC them for like 1k each, because they're like 1 second to pick it up. So, anyone ever trolled Ophelia or Primrose solo runs by mentioning that they are recruiting NPCs and aren't actually solo? Oh, maybe. That might have been like a meme thing that someone like mentioned or something. I've actually only watched one Ophelia run, and I've only watched 0 do Primrose runs, but I would assume so, because, you know, technically they are being followed by someone. Okay, let me skip this final cutscene. And this is, I guess, going to be the end of the YouTube video. Thank you anyone who's watching or anything, and feel free to, you know, post any questions or comments or anything in the description below, or in the comments below, and I will also put the route in the description as well. Alright, thanks, take care, have a nice day, bye. Alright, and Sam and Chafia, I'm actually going to head out now.